Thank you. It is Tuesday. I choose me. Hashtag no more excuses. And today we're going to be talking about... Oh, go ahead and say hi. He wanted to say hi.
We're going to be talking about me.
We're not going to be talking about you.
Yes. Oh, whatever.
But today is about have you embraced your past in order to walk in your present so that you go show up for your future. Well, that came to me today, so I'm excited about Tuesday, this Tuesday. Hey, Gigi, thank you for tuning in, babe. So he wanted to say hi and bye. Say bye.
Hi, bye. Nice to see you, camera. Or people.
All right, go.
I'm so famous.
Get out of here. Hello, thank you for tuning in. 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 And you know, this song is so perfect for tonight. I mean, because I want you to be the hero in your own lives. That's what this song was all about. Showing up for yourself, loving yourself. Let a hero rise in you. Now y'all know I'll sing. Hey, Aunt Karen. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, you saw him, Gigi, right? Hey, he's famous. It's so funny. Hey, Diavion, Booker Renee, thank you for tuning in. Now, you know we always like to start with the motto, which is I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. And so that's what the journey of I Choose Me is all about. It's about loving yourself to life. It's about embracing who you are so that you can walk in your purpose and so that you can shine your light. Hey, Kia! So you got through your meeting time. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Tanisha. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Hey, DJ. My DJ's not even looking at me right now. I'm trying to give him the sign to slow down the music. But anyway, hey boo, I just want to first of all, like always, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to I Choose Me, hashtag no more excuses with precious thoughts from your soul, where I offer my peace, my purpose, which is soul coaching you into a better relationship with yourself so that you can unlock your purpose in the present, therefore always bringing your gift. Because that's what the journey is all about. Recognizing you are a gift. And so it's my intentions to inspire you to open yourself up so you know what you're giving away and that you no longer sell yourself too short because you were born enough. And that's what the week to week is all about with the I Choose Me. Sorry, you guys. It's about showing up in your life. It's about showing up so that you can teach people how to treat you. It's about supporting yourself and loving yourself to life because that's what the journey is all about. And so at this time, I want to tell you, okay, now for today's stop on the journey of I Choose Me, hashtag no more excuses, our topic, I'm going to read it because I don't want to miss a word, is have you embraced your past in order to be present so you can walk into your future? I want y'all to think about that for a second. Before I go on a definition, I just want you to let that question marinate in your mind, in your spirit, and in your life. Have you embraced your past in order to be present so that you can walk into your future? And so I want to do the one definition that we have for today. It will be embrace. Embraced is the past tense, and so the verb is two definitions. The first one is hold someone closely in one's arms, especially as a sign of affection. The is hug. The synonyms are hug, hold, cuddle, clasp, and clutch. The other definition is accept or support, a belief, theory, or change, willingly and enthusiastically. Synonyms are welcome, willingly, accept, take up, take one's heart, adopt, or adapt, etc. And so when we think about what embrace meaning to hold on. And so the first question that I asked was, Have you embraced your past? Have you been able to love yourself? Have you been able to step into your stories of yesterday, embrace them, and so that you can be present in today? A lot of times we are so stuck in our pain and in our hurt, and we can't be present because we're so busy looking behind us. So if you find that you are that person who was so caught up in what happened to you yesterday, not being able to accept that which is your fault or not your fault. And so let me give you an example. I realized that I had to embrace my past as a young person. Like I said before my other week, is that I always, looked after my younger siblings. And if I would have used that as a way to give myself an excuse to not show up today, I wouldn't be the mom that I am. I wouldn't be as available as I am, and I wouldn't be as loving as I am. My being able to walk in my present then, being able to embrace that was something that God was teaching me for my future. See, I didn't know that I would be a mom of 5 when I was in that moment as a kid or as a young person, just showing up in life because that's what was needed. In that moment, I just thought like, okay, well, I'm doing this and it is what it is. I had no idea that it would prepare me to be the mom I am today. And so I'm asking you, are there some things that you could think about in your yesterday that you are holding on to, that you keep on looking back on, that you haven't allowed to be your blessings in your life today? Because I got this saying that says your lessons are your blessings in the journey to you. And so in order to make your lesson a blessing, you got to embrace it. And when we said embrace, it said hold, to empower, to just uplift, and to understand that it is who it is. I am who I am. I love me. I'm celebrating me. And I realized that whatever that was to teach me is for me to walk in it today. And so if I don't learn what the lesson was, if I don't embrace what the story is, I can't be present. And so I cannot walk into my future the way that God has all mapped out. And so what we have to embrace is that everything that we go through in life is preparing us to walk in purpose. That's why your story is different from mine. And although they're similar, they're so different because you have to show up for yourself in your own life. And where you go and what your path is all designed on the lessons that you were taught in your journey. And so when people come into your life, they are there for a reason. And maybe just a season, but it's up to you to figure out what it is you are to be given or what it is you are to be receiving. But it requires you to be able to love who you are, to show up in your life and celebrate that whatever it is that didn't kill you only made you stronger. And so it's about embracing everything. And so there might be people out there who, not to sound sorry, but that maybe have been raped as a young person and dealing with that and don't want to embrace that story and share that story. And then you have people who, young girls, who you can be empowering, who you can be showing that you've been through some things, but because you picked up that story, embracing and didn't make it your downfall, but you understood that it was what makes you great. And so sometimes we give ourselves excuses by our past when God gave us those reasons so that we could walk into our future and in our present. That's why he put us through the things he put us through, because it was about us showing up at a time when he was going to place somebody in your life that needed something that you had to offer, but you failed to show up because you haven't embraced your story, because you haven't embraced the lessons to make them blessings so that you can walk into your purpose. And so I'm telling you that we're holding ourselves up because we're afraid to embrace everything that makes us who we are. Those pains that you have to deal with, those pains that you have to remember, was all a part of God reminding you how good he is. All a part of reminding somebody else that you have hope for them. Because when we embrace our story and we speak it, we find so many other people who have been on our journey that we have been on, who have been in pain like we have been in pain, and then we give them hope to get through because we made it. And so if you are here and you have made it through that trial, if you have made it through that thing that broke you, I'm asking you to embrace it so that you can now walk in it and that you can become the teacher that you were designed to be. We all are teachers for our own lesson plan, which is the journey that was designed just for you. But until you can show up in your life, until you can embrace that what hurt you before only was the stepping stones and the foundation of what makes you who you are today. That is your glory. That is your story. That is your lesson. That is your gift. And so the reason why we're not bringing our gift every day is because we're forgetting that we are the gift. Our experience is the gift. What we've been through is the gift. You know, and so I want us to be able to celebrate that and honor that and respect that and take it with pride, take it with love, take it with everything that it was meant to be, which was to build you up. I have wrote, the best project you will ever work on is you. Do you get that? We are so busy living our lives trying to fix everything that we forget that the best gift, the best project, the only thing that we can master is us. And in order for our life to show up, in order for us to master everything outside of us, it starts with mastering who we were created to be. And so I'm telling you, the journey of I Choose Me is how you master the gifts that you were given. It's how you love yourself to life. It's how you embrace every trial, every tribulation, and you stand up in your story to be great, to be who you were called to be. And that's how come I say, in this big puzzle, we all have a piece. We all have a piece. And until we show up and bring our piece, we're missing out on what the journey is all about. We're missing out on the blessings that the world and that God has for us because we are so busy trying to hide what makes us great. We are hiding what makes us amazing. We are hiding what makes us who we are. And it's time out for hiding our gifts. It's time out for covering up our light. It's time out for dimming who we were created to be. It's time for us to rise up, to show up, and to show everybody that we are who God created us to be. And what we've been through only makes us the more amazing. It only makes you more amazing. No more excuses, Gigi. That's what you say. That's what I'm saying. That's what we say. That's what it's about. It's about to stop making excuses for what you were equipped to make you great. God has equipped you for greatness, but we're making excuses to not show up in our lives. We're going to blame our past. We're going to blame the person that hurt us. We're going to blame the people who didn't do for us. We're going to blame everything except embracing that was all a part of the journey. And how can you love God? And how can you love everybody else around you and can't embrace the journey? It's all a part of what makes us who we are. And so that's what the message that I want to share. That's what I want to give to us, to each other every week. That's what I want us to walk in. The power of knowing that who I am is great. And until I can unlock myself, until I can open myself up to me, until I can love myself to the core. When I say to the core, I'm talking about every bit of you. Every piece of you. Every part of you deserves to be honored, deserves to be loved, deserves to be uplifted. But it requires you to show up and understand that you were created great. And whatever happened in your past is what makes you so special. And until we wake up and understand that we were born enough and that everything we've been through was a part of something bigger, a place that we're trying to go, because if you really want to get to where you say you want to get to, it's time to stop looking behind you. It's time to accept what was behind you so that you can show up now, so that you walk into your future. Because your best self is waiting in the future. Your best self is waiting in that story you got to tell that young girl. Your best self is waiting in that story you got to share with that lady. Your best story is waiting in the story you got to share with that young man. Your best self is waiting in everything that makes you you. Everything that connects you to somebody that you're going to meet in your journey. Stop holding up other people's gifts and bring yours. Stop holding up other people's gifts and bring yours. So at this time, I'm going to share the poem, my original poem for the day, which is called Internal Love. Are you ready to take inventory on what makes you you? Can you accept that the challenges you were meant to go through? You do know that you're special and wonderfully made. And the best pieces of you were the resilience in the shade. Though the light wasn't on, you refused to wither and die. Because there was a voice down inside you which wouldn't let you hide. Hide from the pain that made you so strong. It built up your tolerance, so it couldn't have been wrong. Because the journey is yours, every pain is a brick to build your foundation, not for internal pain to inflict. You're so busy crying over the bricks laying around, you miss the whole blessing of the structure profound. The pain of your past are the roots of your tomorrow. And you can't build a life if you're basking in sorrow. You have been made equipped for a journey with only your gain. If only you can I choose me and stay in your lane. Because no one can master or dance to the beat of your drum. So it's time that you recognize that you're worth all the sum. The sum of the value of knowing your worth. Because you have been a treasure since the time of your birth. So love yourself internal and watch how you grow. Since love is the light in which all greatness flows. It's time to love yourself deeply. No more excuses is the role. And only I choose me will lighten your load. And so what I want you to understand, that in order to be your best self, in order to float through the life in your life the way you want to, you got to lighten your load. You've got to unpack all those things that you're carrying around that got you feeling like you are not enough. You got to unpack all of those things that have hindered you into believing that you can't teach anybody. You got to let go of all those misconceptions that you weren't created to be a blessing for somebody's life. You got to embrace that what you've been through yesterday is the foundation of the lesson and the blessings that are in store for you tomorrow. And so in order for you to get what is waiting on you, you got to show up and say, I needed that. Because it prepared me for today. I needed that. Because I am who I am right now. And so it requires us to be awake in our lives. It requires us to understand that that was what was building us to be the peace that you see, right? And so if you want to be that amazing thing, if you want to bring that amazing thing, then I urge you to take inventory again this week. And think about your yesterdays and think about the things that you've been through. Think about the things that have hurt you and sit down and come from a different perspective. Come out of the realm of pain and go into the realm of gain. Gain something from that pain. Learn something from the lesson. Teach something. It's the blessing. And so that's what I ask you to do. Go into your past. Accept and embrace the pain so that you can be a blessing to somebody's life tomorrow. And so that's all I got this week, y'all. That's all I got this week. If anybody want to say anything that they're going to release for now, they're going to let it go. They're going to go back into that past. They're going to dust themselves off. They're going to pick it up. Please share it on the page, share it on the video, and share the video. Because I'm telling you, this whole movement, it requires us all. Because when I show up for me and you show up for you, then we can support each other on a level in which was meant, which is love. You know my slogan, love grows everything. And so it requires you to love yourself first. And so you got to love yourself. You got to I choose me. And you got to stop giving yourself excuses. So no longer do you have the excuse that, oh, that's what I went through last week. That's why I'm like that. That's what it is learn from it, gain the lesson, and be a blessing. Learn the lesson, gain, and be a blessing. That's what I'm asking you to do. So out of the pain into gain. Yes. And that's what we're moving. And that's what I want everybody to do. So remember that. That can be your quote for the week. I'm going to come out of my pain so that I can gain. I'm going to come out of my pain so that I can gain. Right? Yes. So I love you guys. I'm so thankful that we tune in every week. Like I said, you can always reach me you can message me on Messenger. Please invite people to join the group page and be a part of the movement. And continue to love yourself to life. Continue to say that motto every day. Continue to look at yourself and embrace who you were created to be. And understand that you are amazing. You are amazing in everything that you are. And wherever you've been through, it makes you even better. The longer and the harder your trial, the harder your journey, the better your story for tomorrow. So pick that story up. That's the more people you can touch. So stop going to sleep on our pain. Stop blaming what we've been through yesterday as a reason for us to not show up today. That is the reason you can show up today. Because you got the blueprint to walk somebody else out of a place that you already been. I love you too. I love you too. And thank you. And so I want everybody at this time, if you know the model, and if you don't, just in your house, listen to me if you don't know it. If you do, I'm hoping you're saying it every day to yourself. I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. The most important thing is love who I was yesterday. In order to gain that power, in order to walk in your truth, in order to make it a blessing, you gotta love who you was yesterday. It's all a part what makes you great. Nicole says, pick up those broken pieces and build your masterpiece. Yes, honey, pick them up and build your. Oh, I love that. You know, I see we've been hanging out on the weekend. I can see that. But I love everybody. Once again, I Choose Me. You can follow me on Instagram at I Choose Me Movement. You can follow me on Twitter at I Choose Me Now. You can always email me at ichoosememovement@gmail.com. And please leave any message you want on the page and I'll respond. I do respond. And so I just want to say your homework for this week is to look into your yesterday, accept your pain, release it, and be a blessing in your future. Turn on your flashlights, people. Turn on your light. We're waiting on your light. Turn yourself on so you can navigate your way through the darkness and that you can pull somebody else out the darkness. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. And I look forward to every Tuesday with you. #I Choose Me. No more excuses, you guys. So until next Tuesday, I want to tell you, love you to life. I love you to life. Continue to love yourself to life and continue to show up for yourself. And remember, you have to embrace your yesterday in order to be present so you can walk into your future. Let's get present so we can walk into our future. Being present allows us to see everything that the world has to offer. Being present allows us to take every lesson and turn it into a blessing. Get out of yesterday, stop looking back, and look forward. Till next week, love you. I Choose Me, #no more excuses, because you are enough. You were born enough.